Say it one more time.
David Smith. And my branch of service was Army Medical Corps.
All right. And where were you born?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
1, 2, 3, 3. And where did you go to high school?
Malvern Prep.
Malvern. Okay. And why did you decide to join the Army / enlist / drafted?
Because, should. That was their duty, I guess. I don't know.
So you were technically drafted, but you were already signed up for the Navy.
Right.
Alright, and after you were drafted, where did you go?
Camp Pickett, Virginia.
Uh-huh.
I had 8 weeks of medical training and 8 weeks of infantry training.
Alright, and then after Camp Pickett in Virginia?
I went over to Seattle, to Tokyo, to Japan, just hopping along. I went into Sasebo, Japan. And then from Sasebo to Incheon to Yeongdeungpo, or to Seoul, and then Yeongdeungpo, and then Chuncheon. It was just going across.
Alright, and by the time that you got to Korea, it was 1950...
54.
54. Alright. And what did you do when you were in Korea?
I worked pre-op, post-op, OR, operating room,
Okay.
and held sick call. Giving shots and things of that nature.
Did you have any memorable patients?
By name, I can't remember. But one night we had a gunshot wound patient come in, and we started operating on him. And we went from his lower abdomen up to his chest, trying to find where the bullet hit everything. And we had to stop the operation and clean out the worms in him. And then we finished the operation. He lived, but he was a Korean national. 2 others came in at one time. Both had been rolled over, had a fire truck roll over them. And the one patient was unable to save him. I couldn't get a Levine tube into him because of the fact that his head was like putty. It was crushed, pretty much. The other fellow had every rib broken at least once. And Lieutenant Josephs worked on him overnight, trying to get the fluids out of him. Finally found out where the fluids were, got him out, and from then on he just progressed.
Good.
Very good. And eventually I was happy enough to carry him out and put him on a chopper and send him out, send him back. We didn't keep him too long. We had one accident where they brought in a few dozen Korean soldiers that had gone head first into the gravel, and it was all embedded in their face and chest and everything else. We had to get it out, so. And that's about it. We had one, I can remember the one woman that was having a baby. We brought her in, put her on a litter, started to prep her. And a young Lieutenant Shave Tail came in, and she saw, "You men, get away from her." We said, "Lieutenant, please leave now." Which we finally decided, get her out of here. I mean, we weren't going to attack this girl. She's having a baby. We were busy. Those are the funny things at different times.
Did you ever have some issues translating with the Korean patients?
No.
No?
No, I didn't have to do that. They had different translators there if we needed. We didn't do too many Koreans. Just once in a while, an emergency.
Did you ever work with any other UN troops?
Not that I can remember.
Okay.
Up near where we were now.
Alright. So when you came home, what did you do? When you came home and
Yeah. I became assistant manager at Men's Furnishings in Strawbridge and Clothier in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania. And then I left that and went into real estate and mortgages.
so did you marry your wife before you left or after?
I don't know. I was engaged when I went overseas and married when we came back. I got back in April and got married in October.
Alright. Alright, how many years have you been married now?
I can't count that many. It'll be 60 years in October the 8th.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I could say I made 8 mistakes in my life, and the first was getting married. The other 7 are Patty Ann, Joan, Kathleen, David, Paul, Robert, and Alice.
Oh yes, because you have 7 children, right?
Yeah.
Alright. You're all set.